Hey, how are you doing today? I decided about, say about 8 minutes ago that I really wanted to do something totally different than what I've done for most of my other podcasts. And one of the things that's totally different from my other podcasts is that I don't have a script. I'm not going to follow anything today. I was reading a few things and something just hit me. It's like, I've got to talk about this because it's actually something that's going to have a lot to do with really with what I do for a living. No, I'm not a professional podcaster or anything like that. I actually do have my own, I guess, source of income. But I've been on this personal growth for the better part of a year now, actually just over a year. Started about beginning of July last year. I started talking to a few people and started kind of really delving into this. There's something more to life than just being me and being who I am and who I was. So I've really started to look a lot more into this, and it's I'll tell you, it is totally different, and life is totally different. You learn to think about yourself, and you learn to love yourself, and then when you can do that, you can share that love with other people, and then start to come to the realizations about different things, and you speak to different people, and you talk to other people who've been doing this for a long time, and who are experienced at what they're doing. And I'll tell you, the way you can start feeling when you start feeling from within, like something hit me about 3 weeks ago, and it's a study, it's a practice, it's things that I'm doing that it's unbelievable that I realize that we all have the answers to what we want and to what we question is all inside of us. We just need to learn how to get those answers. We need to learn how to ask those questions. And one of the things that I'm looking at and discussing and reading about is alignment. And it's kind of funny, you think of an octopus who has their arms all over the place and stuff, but all these arms seem to be able to work and they still go wherever they need to go, which is really, really cool. But when you think about us and our day to day lives, a lot of times we feel like we're being pulled in different directions. And the same thing goes with your business. Same thing goes with your family. Same thing goes with almost everything. And this is the cool thing about it. This is just kind of blew my head off. I'm, if you've got one thing on this side, and you want something going on over there, and then you get something on this side, and you want something going on over here, and you start thinking, well, they're pulling me all in different directions. And I'll use what I do as an example here. I take care of insurance, life insurance and such, and investments. And I have one particular company owns a bank, and they want us to refer banking in for people to them to do their day to day banking and such like that. So here I'm almost like I have three arms. I've got insurance, investments, banking, and you just have all these things that are waving back and forth, but it's pulling you apart and pulling you apart. Eventually you need to let something go. And then as you start letting things go, you get a little bit more control, and all of a sudden everything becomes parallel. And that's why I'm using my video today so you can see it. And if it's parallel, it goes straight. And you're more in tune and more aligned with everything. And it's becoming aligned. So maybe sometimes when we think about things in our life, maybe we're thinking that we're doing too many things. And especially in this day and age, you can't tell me that there are people that have 3 jobs, 4 jobs, just to make ends meet. And we'll discuss that another time as to what we could do about these things. But when it comes to family, and maybe you are being pulled in all different directions, maybe it's time to say, I've got to let this go. I've got to let that go. Here's an example. I've got a company that I know out in California. They had a really good clinic. It was a health clinic, a chiropractor, but they had some people doing massage, like what they call holistic health practitioners. And they really enjoyed the income they're getting from the health practitioners because they're renting out some rooms here and there and such. And of course, they had the massage there. But there wasn't much revenue with the massage, and they found that they were using too much money and spending too much of their resources for that. And they're kind of getting away from the whole chiropractic thing. And they were actually in a lot of trouble. So they finally sat down and we talked. And it's like, well, what's your core thought? What is the value? What is it that you want to be doing? They said, well, we're 3 chiropractic doctors. We want to be doing chiropractic. So, well, why don't you stop getting pulled in all these different directions and straighten it out and get pulled straight forward? So within 6 months, they decided, well, let's get rid of the massage because it's taking up too much of our resources. Let's get rid of the 4 or 5 other health practitioners that were working and renting space and such. They didn't really like giving up all that income, but they did. And within a year, they were back up on their feet, running at double what they were doing before because they were able to focus on exactly what it was that they want to do. So it goes back to a lot of things I talk about. We need to have focus. We need to have vision. But instead of having our arms going all over the place and willy-nilly and, oh, this pulls over here and this pulls over here and, oh, I want to go on this ride, I want to go on this ride, I want to go on this ride, I want to go on this. Straighten everything out. Parallel. Get everything aligned to be going in the same direction. Whether you have to turn and maybe in a fork in the road, move something off one way, fork in the road, move something off another way, let it go. Sometimes you just need to stop, smell the roses, and really decide, do I want to be doing all of these things? I know when I was sitting out reading and gave me this decision that I was going to just come and do this podcast right off the top of my head, I thought, I made a huge decision. I'm not going to share it with you yet, but it just kind of hit me. It's like, I need to stop being pulled in all these different directions. I need to focus, and I need to be aligned. And I feel that I'm actually going to be in perfect alignment once I discuss with a couple of different parties that are involved in this. It'll be a lot of fun. So I hope you really enjoyed this one tonight, because I really did, and I think I might do a few more off the cuffs because it seems to, I don't know, it seems to be more real for me. Yeah, I loved it, and I really, really hope you did. So have yourself a great night. Make it a great day unless you have other plans. If you want to talk to me, let's talk about alignment and future alignment. Yeah, you can contact me on social media. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Right Wealth FS, or trevor@rightwealth.ca. Send me an email. Let's get together. We can do a Zoom meeting. We can do an electronic meeting. We can talk on the phone. And you know what? We can even go out and have coffee. All right. Thank you all very much. Have a great day. Focus, and I need to be aligned. And I feel that I'm actually going to be in perfect alignment once I discuss with a couple of different parties that are involved in this. It'll be a lot of fun. So I hope you really enjoyed this one tonight, because I really did, and I think I might do a few more off the cuffs because it seems to, I don't know, it seems to be more real for me. Yeah.